поехали. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
Вот там болевой импульс, Эмилия Газгиреева снимает с боя.
Стоп, нарушение правил.
Я тебя без гонорара оставлю.
In fistfights, as in all types of martial arts, there are rules that each athlete must observe. But there are also fighters who neglect them and violate the rules in the toughest form, not paying any attention to the referee's remark, showing their savage behavior. For such actions, fighters are instantly disqualified and are not allowed to continue the fight. That is why in this issue you will learn about the top 5 most high-profile disqualifications in the history of fistfights. With you, Bare Knuckle, let's go. Let's start with the 5th place, which is the fist fight between Denis Pogodin and Ramazan Razakov in the Top Dog promotion. For both fighters, this fight was their debut, and the confrontation between boxing and kickboxing promised to give the audience an uncompromising and spectacular fight. Both fighters came out motivated and eager to break into the fight as soon as possible. In 3 seconds after the start of the first jab, Denis Pogodin knocked Razakov down. Stunned by such a start, Razakov wanted to take revenge on his opponent as soon as possible and immediately went to Pogodin with sweeping blows. But Denis saw everything. He worked well on his feet and avoided almost all the opponent's attacks, which in turn made Ramazan very angry. At the end of the first round, Pogodin again hit a powerful blow and knocked Razakov down. In this fight, Denis defeated his opponent, and Ramazan Razakov did not understand what he could oppose to his opponent. And therefore, as soon as the second round began, Razakov began to work as dirty as possible. And as a result, the intensity from the canes reached the point that Ramazan kicked Pogodin, for which he immediately received a minus point. But this did not stop him from further violations.
Что это за дичь? Сначала он чуть...
Razakov transferred Pogodin to the ground, and then also stepped on his stomach. For a gross violation of the rules, Ramazan was immediately disqualified, and the victory was awarded to Denis Pogodin. Later, Razakov said in an interview that he mentally won. And I think Ramadan was very mistaken that evening, because in this fight he was a victim, and Denis Pogodin defeated him not only physically, but also mentally. But we drove on. The 4th place is occupied by the confrontation between Akhmed Edelbiev and Emil Navruzov, which took place according to the rule of boxing and gloves for mixed martial arts during the Grand Prix of the promotion of the HYIP fighting game. Initially, it was clear to everyone that this fight would be easy for Navruzov because he devoted his whole life to boxing, and Akhmed Edelbiev is the basic wrestler. As soon as the fight began, Emil's clear superiority was noticeable. He worked competently pulling Akhmed and then hitting Edelbiev with powerful blows. Did not succeed, so at the end of the first round he decided to make a hook and transfer Emil to the ground. For the forbidden action, he received a warning. But as soon as the second round began, Navruzov began to show even tougher pressure, and Akhmed saw no other way but to throw his opponent again. But then Emil's patience ran out. He was furious and wanted to end the fight as soon as possible, which is why as soon as the fight continued, he quickly went to Edelbiev to knock him out.
И вот сейчас Эмиль уже пошел на эмоции. Сейчас еще один зацеп.
Ой-ой-ой, вот это бросок.
Another gross violation, a throw with a deflection in a duel according to the rule of boxing, and still finishing off a lying opponent. After such a violation, the fight was stopped, and Akhmed Edelbiev was disqualified for dirty and unsportsmanlike behavior. After the fight, Akhmed gave an interview where he explained why he violated the rules. At the top 3 opens with a bare knuckle duel in the organization of a hardcore fighting game in which Sherzad Kayumov and Adam Baranov met. In 3rd place, this fight is located due to the disqualification of both fighters at once, which is a first for hardcore. But still, let's start in order. The battle began extremely abruptly, without any reconnaissance. Adam Barakov thoughtlessly swooped down on his opponent with his hands down, and missed a lot to the meeting. Sherzad Kayumov, meanwhile, acted much more tactfully, working as the second number. He repeatedly carried out successful counterattacks, punching strong blows. At the end of the first round, Adam did not have the strength to continue the fight, and he hit his opponent while they were separated by the referee, for which he immediately received a warning. But in the field of this, he went to an even greater trick, and spat out the mouth guard in order to gain time for rest.
Капу ставь. Капа где? Капу ставь, говорю, сейчас остановлю поединок.
Для Шерзада, тем не менее, все спокойно. Контролирует.
After a few warnings, the referee decided to disqualify Barakov. Adam was angry and could not understand why he lost. Therefore, after announcing the result of the fight, he decided to hit Sherzad.
Еще хочешь?
Да хорош, закончили, б***ь! Закончили на...
Because of this, there was a massive brawl between the fighters and their teams. The fight was so serious that the head of the league, Anatoly Sulianov, entered the octagon and made a shocking statement. Both fighters were kicked out of the hardcore league, and the fight was declared invalid. Personally, when watching this fight, I felt sorry for Sherzad Kayumov, because in battle he acted according to the rule, and his opponent was the initiator of the fight. Still, this was the first time both athletes had been disqualified. That is why this fight is located on the 3rd place. And we are moving on. On the second line was the confrontation between Shamil Gazgiriev and Kamil Kasanov. This fight took place according to the rule of boxing and gloves for mixed martial arts. And again, he was put down not by the sportsmanship of one of the fighters, but by a loud disqualification. As soon as the fight began, Kamil Kasanov, due to his larger dimensions, took the initiative and struck a lot of blows. Gazgiriev was lost and could not withstand such an onslaught of an opponent, and therefore decided to kick him. The referee immediately stopped the fight to give a warning to the violator, but after that nothing changed. Kamil Kasanov started beating Shamil again, and this is what happened.
Оппонента. Шамиль подхват борьбы. Колено. Я думаю, что там был удар в пах. Не может